Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the hottest channel with your girl Danny K. Ain't no other way. How my Danny babies doing on this beautiful day? And I am back with yet another masterpiece. Hey y'all, welcome to Danny's Diaries. This is a new series that I've created. And it's basically me coming on here and just talking about my story, everything, talking about my story, my life, what I've learned, what I'm going through, and just giving you guys valuable information. What was that? Just giving you guys valuable information that you guys can take with you, that you guys can resonate with, that you guys can learn, and just being able to share my experience, because you never know who was going through the same thing. You never know who might need to hear what I'm saying, and you never know who I might reach. If one person like this video and comment, that's all I need to know, that I am not in this season alone, that I am not going through what I'm going through alone, and there's people out there that's going through the same thing as me or worse, and I should be grateful for my situation. But girl, let's get into it. Let's get into it. They do not prepare you from the transition from your 20s to your 30s. If y'all hear some noises in the background, I live right next to a train station, so I'm gonna try to edit the background noise out. But they do not prepare you to transition from your 20s to your 30s. Like, they don't prepare you mentally and emotionally. Like, they don't prepare you to be able to take on the mental and emotional capacity that you would have to take on from being 20 to 30. It is such a pivotal point in our life that we take, because literally I just feel like our brain just do like a whole 180, and it starts transforming into something different, and it's like we start to become this whole totally different person, and it becomes so emotional and mental because you have to learn that person all over again. Y'all, I've been in my 30s for 2 years now, so y'all do the math. I've been in my 30s for 2 years now, and the amount of things that I've been through, that I've gone through, that I've learned, is like, I just wish I had someone to tell me, like, this is what you can expect when you get into your 30s. Because, baby, I'm going to tell you right now, my 20s was lit and funny. My 20s was ain't no worry about a thing, because every little thing is going to be okay. Like, my 20s was Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Like, I was living my best life. Like, I mean, my whole 20s, well, most of my 20s, I was single. I didn't get in a relationship until I was 28 years old. My 20s, I was single. I was mingling. I was dating. No kids. Traveling. Got a bachelor's degree. Got a master's degree. Lived in different states. Like, I live in 3 different states in my 20s. Y'all, let me tell y'all, my 20s, when I say it was so much fun, it was like the life of the party. Like, I ain't turning down no outing. Y'all want to go out to a club? I'm going. Y'all want to go out of the state? I'm going. Like, my 20s was everything and more, baby. I just feel like when I turned 25, that's when things started really to, like, take a whole turn, and that's when I really realized, like, oh, I'm an adult. Like, I'm an adult. Like, when I turned 25, I just feel like my 25th year was, to this day, I feel like my 25th year was like the best year. Like, my 25th year, it was just so unique and so different. And I 25 was a transitional year, but it was like a good transitional year. Not saying your 20s to your 30s is not a good transitional year, but that 25 year was just like, can't nobody tell me what to do. I am grown. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm out here living. Like, I did the whole college thing, lived on my own and all of that. And now that I'm 25, like, I got this. Like, I'm literally doing whatever I want to do without a care in the world. And it just was so, 25 was lit. That's all I can say for me. For me, I've been blessed to have a great 20s experience. Like, I traveled for work. I worked in retail. I worked in education. Like, I tried different. Like, my 20s was like me just trying things to see what I like and what I don't like, what's for me and what's not for me. Okay, and then here come the 30s, girl. Here comes the 30s. I turned 30, and I just feel like when I turned 30, I was like excited, like more. I'm just like more grown. Like, I'm really in my grown woman this type thing, and I turned 30, and I just realized, like, more so as I was getting closer to 31 that a lot of things that I did in my 20s, I can't do no more. A lot of things that I believe in my 20s, I don't believe anymore. A lot of the things that I allowed in my 20s, I cannot allow anymore. Like my 30s so far has taught me that everybody doesn't deserve you. Everybody don't deserve your energy. Everybody does not deserve to be in your vicinity. Those childhood friends that you always going back and forth with, like y'all friends one day, the next day y'all not friends. Girl, we not doing that no more. It's either we gonna get it right or we ain't gonna get it right at all. Okay? Like I learned that not everybody have to be your friend. Just because we've been friends for 10 years, that does not mean we still have to be friends if it's toxic. If we're on two different levels, if you still out here doing what you doing out in the streets, effing these nigga, none, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be too explicit with my words, but messing around and you just not like your mindset is not on the same mindset as me, as I'm trying to elevate mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially. Like I'm just trying to elevate. I'm just trying to be better than who I was in my 20s. And if you're not on the same level, then I cannot take you along with me in my 30s. Like we cannot be friends. I literally had to cut off the longest friendship I've ever had, like my childhood friend. I had to cut her off because we was on two different wavelengths. She wanted one thing and I wanted something different. And we just was not equally yoked as friends. We weren't. So that was like my biggest lesson, is like learning who to take with me on this journey in my 30s. And I'm still learning, girl. I'm still learning. And to this day, I feel like I've made very good decisions on cutting people off who I had to cut off. And like as of today, I feel like the people who's here today in my life deserve to be here. Like they all bring value. I bring value to them. They bring value to me. We all want the same thing. We all want to grow, and spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially. Like we all want to grow in those areas. We all about business, career, family, God, living life, having fun. So it's just like the people who I have in my life right now, they deserve to be here. So I feel like if you're in your 20s and you watching this, be prepared to lose a lot of people that you talk to now. Because when you get to your 30s, baby, your mindset is going to change drastically. And like a lot of things that you accepted in your 20s, you're not going to accept in your 30s. Another thing is family. Girl, I'm in my 30s now. So like, can't no family member tell me what to do or try to control my life. Okay? Can't no family member try to do that. So literally not even cutting off my family, but setting boundaries with my family and allowing them and letting them know like, this is my life. The decisions I make, I'm going to make them for me, so that I can help my family. I feel like I am the type of person, like I'm a giver, I'm a helper. So I want to be in a position to where I can give back to my family. I can help my family out. But I can't do that if I allow them to control the narrative of my life. Only God can control this. So setting a boundary with your family, toxic family members, cutting them off if you have to. If the boundary don't work, cut them off, girl. Cut them off. So having to cut off family members, setting boundaries with family members, like in my 30s, I felt so confident in doing that and not feeling guilty, like, oh, that's my family, I can't do that. Girl, my peace and my sanity means that much to me. It means that much to me, to where if I have to cut a family member off, I will. And most times your family is not going to understand the decisions that you're making. They're not going to understand what you're doing if they've never been there before. For me, I came from a family, like we're a very supportive family. However, we're very like religious based Christians. And that is what they taught us. They taught us how to be a Christian. They taught us how to live for Jesus, but they did not teach us how to live life. They did not teach us finances. They did not teach us to go to college. I got into college myself. First generational student. First person in my family, from my mom, my grandma, and my great grandma, to get a master's degree from 3 generations. No, 4 generations. First, I'm the first person in my family from 4 generations to have a master's degree. And I sometimes I don't even know how big that is, girl. I'm the first one that took the initiative, like, I'm going to get a master's degree. I'm going back to school. Like, I did that. And if I would have listened to my family members and took the route that they wanted me to take, I would have never got me a master's degree. I would have been working a regular job, doing what I don't like doing, not living my full purpose. And sometimes they feel like they know your purpose and they know what you're supposed to do. Well, honestly, they don't. It's what they feel like they think that you should do because of based off of their experiences. I literally had to learn everything on my own. I had to learn finances. I had to learn credit. I didn't know anything about credit until I literally got my 30s. Like I'm being honest. Like my credit has been good, and I never like was like crazy with the credit cards. I always took my credit card, but I was not knowledgeable about it. I didn't know how missing a payment would affect my credit score. I didn't know how a closed account would affect my credit score. I didn't know about mental and emotional health. I wasn't taught that. I took the initiative to learn that myself. So, and a lot of things that I do is like I had to go and relearn because I had to learn it or I had to relearn it. Like being in a relationship with a man, I wasn't taught how to be in a relationship with a man. It was always pushing us to get married and have kids, and that's it. Like a lot of things I just wasn't taught. So now I'm in my 30s and I'm really learning a lot of things, and I'm also learning so much about myself. Like my 30s had taught me so much about myself. You're gonna really learn the real you when you hit your 30s, girl. Some of the things it's gonna be hard, and it's gonna be a hard pill to swallow. Like you're not gonna understand like why am I going through this, why do I feel this way, but you are learning the new you. Nobody tell you like in your 30s how emotional you're gonna be. Like this is the most emotional I've ever been. I'm not even like a emotional person. I didn't come from a family that, supported that showed support emotionally. It was like toughen up, tough love. Like you crying, you soft, you a punk. Like that's the type of family I came from. So trying to relearn that, trying to become emotionally intelligent and just trying to, and learning my emotions, learning what I really feel, and allowing me to feel that way. But knowing that I don't have to react based off of that feeling. It's just a feeling. It's going to go away. It's going to go away, then what? It's going to go, I'm going to react to the feeling, cause an unnecessary disagreement or something. And then after this disagreement, the emotion is going to be gone. Like I'm not going to feel that way anymore. So just learning to control my emotions and learning what to give my emotion to and what not to, and understanding and acknowledging my emotions, girl. Nobody tells you in your 20s how much therapy you gonna need in your 30s. Yeah, I started therapy last year. Well, I started in 2023. I did it for like a month and then I stopped. But last year I went the whole year doing therapy, and nobody tell you how much therapy you need. Like I'm literally going through therapy, going to my sessions, and we're like working on just one specific thing. And I'm like, okay, I don't need therapy no more. I feel better. Then boom, something else pop up, and now I'm working on that. Like it's nonstop. Healing is nonstop. Nobody tell you how when you get in your 30s, you're gonna want to heal. You're gonna start seeing those areas in your life where it's like, dang, I need to heal. Like, dang, I've been through this, I've been through X, Y, and Z. I did this and that. Like, I need to heal. And nobody tell you how hard it is to heal in your 30s. 30 years of trauma. 30 years of trauma, girl, that you gotta heal from. So I would advise if you're in your 20s, girl, start therapy now. Start therapy now if you're in your 20s. That would be my advice. If I had somebody in their 30s that could give me advice, I would want them to tell me to start therapy. So that by the time I get to my 30s, it's like, okay, I don't work on that. I don't work on that. So it's like, it's not going to be light work, but it's going to be like, we'll be more self-aware of those things and we'll know how to handle it in our 30s. Okay. But yeah, y'all, it is 7 o'clock in the morning and I just had a rough morning this morning, and I just like, I needed to share my feelings. I need to share my thoughts. I need to share what I'm going through. And I'm like, I have no one to talk to. So some say just pick up your camera and talk to your camera. Make a post on YouTube because everything is content. That's what they say. Make a post on YouTube and tell your story. Yeah, I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still healing. Healing I feel like is a never ending thing. Like I've been going through so much emotionally. Like my emotions has take a big toll on me, and the biggest part of my healing journey right now is controlling my emotions. Like that is the healing journey for 2025. Controlling my emotions, becoming more emotionally intelligent, acknowledging my emotions, knowing how I feel, and accepting my feelings, but also knowing it's just a feeling. It's going to come and it's going to go. It's not going to stay. It's not going to stay. That's not who you are. Feelings does not stay. I could be sad today and tomorrow I could be happy, not even thinking about what I was sad about yesterday. So that's when I said, do not dwell on your emotions. Feel it, acknowledge it, allow it to do its thing, but also understand that it's temporary. You're not gonna feel that way forever. You're not gonna feel that way. You may not feel that way in 5 hours. You may not feel that way in 24 hours. You may not feel that way within 12 hours. It's a temporary feeling. So yeah, that's the biggest thing I can give you guys that I've been learning in my 30s. I still have more like tips and tricks and a lot of other things that I can give you advice on transitioning from 20s to 30s, being in your 30s, being in your 20s, what I've learned, what I am learning, and how I'm getting through what I'm going through, girl. Let me tell y'all how I'm getting through what I'm going through. The biggest thing you're going to need in your 30s, and I'm about to end this video because it's getting too long, but I feel like the biggest thing, before I end this, get y'all paper and pencil and write this down. The biggest thing that you need in your 30s is God and therapy. God and therapy. I literally have my Bible right here. I'm about to do devotion. Got my Bible, got my sticky notes to take notes, got my journal to write down what I need to from the Bible, write down my thoughts and my feelings and just to let emotions out. And girl, my therapy session starts at 10 a.m. today. That's the biggest thing you're gonna need in your 30s. God and therapy and a great support system. But I am a girly in my 30s. I may not look it. I may not look it, but you know. I thank y'all for staying this long. If you've made it this far in the video, just let me know what your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know, like, if you were in your 20s, what do you want to learn from your 30s? And if you're in your 30s, let me know if you can resonate with what I said, or even give us more tips in the comments if you're in your 30s and you've been through some other things that can help us. Also, if you like this video, let me know in the comments below and I can start doing more videos on transitioning from your 20s to your 30s. And yeah, this is only day 1 of my diaries, episode 1 of being 30, transitioning to 30s, and we're gonna get through it, girl. We are gonna get through it. We're living lavishly in our 30s. Like, I can say, being in my 30s, I've been able to live lavishly. I just feel like 30s is like, I feel like I was free in my 20s, but I feel like I'm more free in my 30s because I am releasing a lot of trauma and, you know, releasing the old person that I was and just enjoying this new person, loving her, caring for her, and just doing all the things that I want to do. Literally doing everything that I want to do and not letting anyone or nothing stop me. But that's the end of this video. Don't forget to like this video and make sure you subscribe if you have not. Subscribe. Let's support each other. If you're a new YouTuber, if you a small YouTuber, make sure you comment below and let me know if you just subscribe to my channel so I can subscribe back to yours. Let's support each other. And 2025 is our year. Every year is our year, but 2025, let's go hard and let's, you know, do all the things that we want to do. Okay? And I'm in this video. Thank y'all for tuning in to the hottest channel with your girl Danny K in no other way. I hope my Danny babies have a beautiful day. Until next time, my love. Peace, love, and blessings. Bye.